What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning into the channel again as well. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is washing this VP Racing Sprinter van. So I think this is going to be a pretty good video because not only was it I'm washing in direct sunlight, it was full of bugs. It's a bigger vehicle and I'm working alone, so y'all can kind of see my process of how I kind of deal with all of that at the same time. So let's get this video started. All right, so first thing first, y'all watch my videos, you already know. I'm gonna start with the wheels. That's what I'm always start with. Knock out all the wheels. What I'm gonna be using is Dark Fury. Y'all already know that's like my favorite product. Dark Fury diluted 421. I use that for the wheels, tires, and the bugs as well, as y'all gonna see later in the video. Now, as far as the fender wells, I always tell people, I do the fender wells as long as I can get to them, and I do the best that I can with them. It's not like a full-on detailed when it comes to the fender wells. I get them as best as I can. These I actually thought was black, and then I quickly realized that it was actually white inside. After I finish with the wheels, it is time to take the bugs off. And I think this is maybe what took me the longest, probably, was getting all the bugs off. From head to toe, mirrors, even on the side windows they had bugs, right? So what I'm gonna be doing first is, y'all gonna see me pressure wash it first, where I'm trying to take it off without spraying it first. And also, I'm pressure washing it to kind of cool down the surface as well, just because I'm washing in direct sunlight. You don't have to do that, but that's just something that I do. Now, I'm gonna be using Dark Fury, diluted 4:1, same as what I use on the wheels and the tires. And I've seen people say, hey, you can't use that on plastic, you can't use this on windows, you can't use this on whatever. Me personally, I have pretty much used it on everything. Like I've said multiple times, it is like any other chemicals where if you're washing in direct sunlight and you leave it there too long, it's gonna mess something up. Whenever I get a vehicle like this where the plastic is faded, obviously they didn't do anything to kind of keep up with the plastic. It's nothing that I will do to it that will mess it up any further than what it already is. And then y'all gonna see later in the video how the bugs pretty much have made a permanent place on that bumper. Even though I take them off, you'll be able to see how you can see exactly where the bugs were because they were on there so long. Now, obviously, once I finish pressure washing, spraying it down with some Formula 4. I let it sit for a couple of seconds. It don't take that long. If you want, you can take a brush or something to kind of agitate it. I don't. And then I just pressure wash it off. A lot of times it comes right off. Sometimes I have to spray a little bit more to get it to come off, but it all depends. So on this particular vehicle, on this Sprinter van, I'm working in parts. So I sprayed that bumper first, then I'm gonna spray the window, and then I'm gonna do the mirrors and stuff. So, as y'all notice, got the bugs off, let's start washing it. What I do, this is just my process, your process may be different or you may see somebody else do it different. I start with the top, foam it down, scrub it, rinse it, Formula 4, and then I move on to whatever side I'm on. I always start on the side that the ladder is on, because I'm already gonna have to climb it. It's no point to start in the rear, no, let's just start from that side, then the rear, because I can go around the corner, and then I'm gonna come back around to the other side and do the front. That's how I do it. Well, you can use wash chem. I use wash chem on an 18-wheeler. I have not used it on something like this that's wrapped. I'm pretty sure it's pretty safe. I also learned with wash chem that you don't have to put you don't have to use that full 8 ounces. 2 ounces or 4 ounces I've used before, and that was good enough. This van wasn't that bad. It had a lot of brake dust and a lot of bugs, but all in all, like, it wasn't too bad. Now, obviously y'all see my process while I foam it down. I'm using cherry foam by Superior Products. That's diluted. That's 2 ounces, and then the rest of it is water in the foam cannon. After I foam it down, I scrub it. After I scrub it, I rinse it off, and then I spray some Formula 4. Now that Formula 4 is probably like my second favorite product just because it does exactly what it's supposed to do. That Formula 4 is gonna make the water bead up. It's also gonna give you, the water is able to like sit on the surface longer without causing any like water spotting. So being that it can sit on the surface a little longer, it gives you a little bit more time to do the rest of the vehicle. So sometimes what I will do is not just for bigger vehicles like this, but for like Suburbans or like big trucks or whatever. And I'm talking about like an F-250, F-350. I'll do half of the truck the same way I'm doing this van, and then I'll do the other half. I'll spray that one half that I did, I'll spray with Formula 4, and it'll sit, and it gives me that time to go to the other half, wash it real quick, rinse it off, and do the same thing, and then dry the whole thing off. It's a good product. I think it's like 20 or 30 bucks a gallon, which that will last you for a long time. Now, some people may be asking about the brush I'm using. It's totally okay. I keep my brush clean, and honestly, they're not worried about swirls. Now, if it was a black Sprinter van and the paint was in great condition, then I probably would be doing the 1 bucket method. But with this right here, I have to change it up some. Alright, so after I'm finished washing the full van, as y'all can see, I do one final rinse off. When I do this rinse off, I do the whole van. And it's not like big long or whatever, just quick little rinse off. Once I'm finished with that, I spray a little bit of Formula 4 on all 4 sides, left, right, front, back, all that, the very top 5 sides if you want to count that. And then I start drying it off. Now, after I dry it off, sometimes they don't want you to do the door jambs like in the back area to open up the doors and stuff. They may say, hey, just do the door jambs, you know, in the cab area, the front part. So I'll do the door jambs. I always just try to ask if I remember. Door jambs, windows, and then tire shine. For the windows, I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm using just straight water because obviously I'm not doing inside the windows because I didn't do the inside. If I do the outside, I only do the outside windows. And like I said, I'm just using water because I'm basically just touching up on the windows. They already clean. For tire shine, I'm using Aqua Gloss. That's diluted 250 milliliters to every 100 milliliters of water. At first, it's gonna look really shiny, looks really good, and then over time, it's gonna have like a satin type of look, but it's gonna keep the tire looking like giving that black look. It's not gonna look brown or anything a couple of days later. And that's pretty much it for that process of it. I have one more thing I want to share. So if y'all seeing this, I mean, you probably watched the video all the way through, so I appreciate that. One thing I do want to say, as y'all gonna see me do, is like, I'm gonna add some stuff onto the plastic trim. We're gonna use the air gun to do that. It doesn't take that long, and that's not something that they paid for. The trim was looking really ugly and it was bothering me. What I want to say is, be careful when you're doing extra stuff for customers, especially first-time customers. I think it's okay for like repeat customers because they already have the expectation of what they're getting. So when you do something extra, they see it and they appreciate it more than a new customer. For this customer, I just wanted to do it just to see the outcome of it. It looked a whole lot better after I was finished. But next time that I do the van or whatever for them, they're probably gonna be expecting that. They're probably gonna feel like, oh, that comes with the wash or anything. Or say VP Racing hits me up and say, hey, we want you to wash all our vans. They may feel like, oh, that came with the wash. So you just gotta be careful with the extra stuff that you do for people. It's okay to throw something in there. Like this is not something that is permanent. This will probably be like, that trim is probably gonna go back to looking the same within about, I give it about a week or two, maybe. This is like just a right then and there type thing to give it that good pop to the trim. It was looking mighty ugly. Like I said, even with the trim, I'm using aqua gloss. It's gonna look shiny at first, and then over time it's gonna have like a satin look to it. It's gonna be like a deeper, darker look, but it's not gonna be permanent. It's not gonna last or anything. But like I said, if they hit me up 2 weeks later, they probably expected that now, just because that's something that I threw in. And which, for the 5th time that I'm saying again, that's why I want to tell y'all, be careful when you do extra stuff for your customers, especially new customers, like I said, because you set that expectation from the beginning. They're gonna expect that every single time. So if you want to do something extra for a customer, make sure they come to you a couple of times and then throw something in there every now and then. They're gonna be, I'm telling you, they're gonna be a lot more appreciative that way. But thank y'all for watching. Here are the results. I'll see y'all in the next video, trying to get back on schedule. I hope you have had a great day, and I'll see y'all in the next one.